Yo, what's up? Another episode of Nothing Nice Hoops Edition. Got my boys here. You already know the vibe. What's up, E-Man?
What's going on, man?
Yo, Moog, what's good, my brother?
Bro.
Alright. Yo, so Hoops, we can't forget about basketball. We all love it. Y'all love it. We still got some things going on.
It's a month before the game, before the season start.
Boy,
So
I'm ready. We're going to get to that sweet spot where we have basketball and football at the same time. Nothing's better. Nothing's better. That's when you have to start thinking about Valentine's Day for your lady, because you're going to be like, listen, she's going to be mad because for a couple months it's going to be super basketball and football.
Oh, for sure.
So you got to say, hey, I'm going to make it up on the back end. Yo, but okay, let's hop into this real quick. Game on the line.
Mm-hmm.
Final shot. You down one, so it doesn't even have to be a 3 necessarily. You down 1. 5 seconds left. Who's getting the last shot? Y'all need some names, or you already got someone in mind? You going Dame?
Dame time.
Braun.
You going Bron? Okay. So we got Dame, we got Bron. I think I'm going Luka.
For what?
For the
Dude, Cleveland, look. Cleveland beat him. He go Dallas everything. First the Dallas shirt. I ain't going to Dallas. You are going Dallas Maverick? Golly. Beat the man into submission.
You a Dallas boy.
Man, they beat the man into submission.
That's crazy. Boy, what?
It's only fit.
Do you still... Oh, I found it. Do you even care for this?
Yeah, let me.
That's
Oh,
the reason
you
why it's
ain't
on the
wearing it
floor.
now. No, you ain't wearing it.
So
The reason why it's on the floor, man.
It was on the floor.
Stepped on.
It was stepped on. You had like equipment on top of
There
it.
was no equipment.
What? I had to get it off the...
What'd you have to get it off of? The line? Okay.
We don't need to talk about the equipment that's here, but it was on the lighting
Anyway,
pole.
we've seen Luka hit so many big
Have we?
shots. Yes. Last year and the year before in the playoffs when it's mattered, we see him hit some game winners or some big buckets to send it to overtime. We saw what he did to Rudy Gobert. What did he tell him? You can't guard me. That's your guy.
Everybody did that to Rudy Gobert.
No, that's your guy.
That is your guy.
Tell me somebody that didn't do it to Rudy.
Oh, now you turning against him. That's
I
real
need to
wild.
call Rudy a 7'2" cone.
No, 7'2", what is it, cog?
No, cone. I wasn't talking about a cog.
He doesn't get to be a cog? He's just a cog?
Is he a cog? Yes, he is. But I wasn't referring to him being a cog. I was referring to him just being a cone. Like, he just there.
That's how you feel?
Shit, my guy.
Well, dog, I don't know why you came up with Luka, but I say Luka does hit good shots. He does take and make big shots, but outside of that Rudy Gobert shot, it's far and few. He'll hit the shot like we down 10. Let's make it a single digit deficit. He'll hit that shot.
Man, y'all not giving my boy enough credit.
That's a good shot to hit.
Nah,
10-7? You tripping?
We'll see. No, I'll show you. We're gonna add some footage to this. Okay, so look, my next question for y'all. Cut one player. We have Ant, we have Booker, we have Tatum, and we have Shea.
Cut one?
Cut one. What you got, bro? Who's getting cut?
Cut Booker.
Booker's getting cut.
I'm gonna just have to say Shea because he ain't dead. He the youngest. He'll be able to come back.
Devin Booker's the youngest.
Devin Booker from Mississippi.
I think
And he's still getting cut. Boy, that's like just light skin stick together. I feel you.
Yo, okay.
I was pointing in the house.
So, ooh, that's tough.
Gotta cut Shea. I mean, Shea Gillis.
Shea was about to be MVP.
But he the youngest though.
No, he's not the
He can bounce
youngest.
back the quickest.
He's not the youngest.
He is the youngest.
Devin Booker's the youngest.
No, he ain't.
Yes, he is.
I think I'm cutting Ant.
That's crazy.
I think let me explain.
Please do.
Let me explain before y'all turn your
Please
head
do.
before you turn your nose up in it. We seen Booker in the finals, so we know that he can do enough to get you to the finals. We seen Tatum win the finals. We see him be in the finals multiple times. So Tatum's Tatum. Shay, we saw he was second run. He was a runner-up for MVP. He's tough. Ant hasn't proved himself there yet. He hasn't been runner-up for the MVP yet. He hasn't won the MVP. He hasn't been to the finals.
So you think that, okay, accolades aside, you think that Devin Booker is better than Anthony Edwards? I need you to say it right there.
Bro, Devin Booker now.
I need you to say it. You said
Devin Booker gonna win to the finals.
Is Devin Booker better than Anthony Edwards? Look in the camera and say and answer.
That haven't been proven yet.
So no?
It's too early.
So Devin Booker is better than Anthony Edwards.
I'm not saying yes, I'm not saying no.
That's tough.
But yet y'all can easily cut.
I didn't say it was easy.
You can easily cut Anthony Edwards. You gave me all reasons except for talent for talent.
It ain't like I just picked them out of the whole group.
I'm saying in that group of people, I'm saying Devin Booker is the sorriest of that group.
All right.
You think Shea is better than Devin Booker?
Curry coach, he says he said Tatum the sorriest. He couldn't even get on the court.
We're not about to go to one of the goofiest coaches to coach USA basketball after
a 4-time NBA championship.
I don't care, bro. I don't care. The boy got handed a team. He ain't even molded
Shout
a
out
team.
to Mark Jackson.
We're not gonna do that with him.
All I'm saying is everybody in that list plays starting minutes.
Listen, are you gonna kick out Jason Tatum? No, you're not. Okay, then. So what we talking about here?
I'm doing based off your metrics.
My metrics is who's the best player. Who's the best player in this bunch? Name me
that wasn't the question. They said
name the top four.
Okay, so
name the top 3 of the 4.
So tell me this: Do you think that Booker could have taken the T-Wolves last year further than Ant did?
No, he doesn't.
Or just as far?
No, he doesn't think that.
Just as far?
History says he take them farther.
No. Chris Paul is the history that says he takes them farther.
For one.
Since Chris Paul has left, the boy ain't made it out of the first round.
Time out. We seen Anthony Edwards. Now we seen Booker go to the finals. We seen Booker go to the finals with not a washed up Chris Paul, but with an older Chris Paul and with DeAndre Ayton. We all know what DeAndre Ayton is now.
Yeah, but Chris Paul is still pointing.
And we see Ant-Man fall short with a 4-time defensive player of the year. Anthony, Carl Anthony Towns.
Cat was
with a
Carl Anthony Towns is so.
We don't want to hear that. Mac Daniels, who's a specialist on defense.
Okay. Go ahead.
And Mike Conley, who's a very experienced vet too. Let's not get it twisted.
Yeah.
Okay. He ain't too far from, of course, Chris Paul better, but he ain't too far. He ain't too shabby himself. So.
Oh no, he's really far from Chris Paul.
Yeah. So this is what I'm saying. Let's not.
That's tough.
I just need you to answer the question. You said no to Anthony Edwards.
I'm just saying.
Who'd you say no to? Who'd you cut?
I cut Shea because I said he the youngest.
Okay, yeah, you said you cut Shea.
I said because he the youngest and he can bounce back.
I'm not cutting Shea.
I just need to answer this question. I'm sorry for even involving you in this because you didn't even do that. But I got a question for you to answer as well.
Go ahead.
But you have to be held to the fire for saying what you said.
Okay, what's up?
Do you think that Anthony Edwards? Do you think that Devin Booker is a better basketball player than Anthony Edwards?
Complete basketball player now.
Do you think that Anthony Edwards should be on this list versus Devin Booker? Do you think that he should be cut before Devin Booker? I'm giving you an option to renege on your statement.
Man, honestly,
I think you should take it.
Honestly, I know what you're doing, but honestly, it's tough.
Why? Because
I don't feel like there's a real right answer between that. Because like if I have a whole bunch of bums around. Like, let's say I just have one of these guys and everybody else on the team is a bum. I'm trying to think who has a better chance of taking everybody further. Because Anthony Edwards, he has played with talent.
That's not the question.
I'm just saying. Minus the last 2 years, Devin Booker was everybody's favorite. Every NBA player
Devin Booker hasn't been out the first round since Chris Paul left.
This is what I'm saying. He ain't been there since Durant came. Fair? Because he was there with Chris Paul there. Let me just say this. Is that indictment on Durant?
Where did he go?
We can talk about that.
Last time Chris Paul was there, what was it? Was it Western Conference Finals?
No, it was NBA Finals.
No. Chris Paul went to the finals. I'm saying his last year with him, was it Western Conference Finals?
I think it was the semi.
It was injuries.
It was second round?
Yeah, I think it was second round.
It was injuries. But let's not
with
go
KD, that was second round. Chris Paul, KD, Devin Booker, that was second round.
This is what I'm saying. Because
they beat the Clippers. They beat the Clippers to get there.
This is what I'm saying, E-Man. We just seen them play in the Olympics, right?
That means nothing to me.
Him and Devin Booker.
I saw
the same position.
I saw
him and Devin Booker. Hold on, let me cook.
Go ahead.
Him and Devin Booker play the same position. Now,
okay.
Let's not go from starting.
Yeah.
We're not even talking about starting.
I love that you're doing this.
Who finished?
Let's play this game.
Who finished?
Let's play this
game. Who finished?
Let's play this game. I'm going to counter you. I'm going to counter you.
Answer the question.
I'm going to counter you.
Who finished?
I'm going to counter you.
Who finished?
Listen, I'm going to counter you with this.
Devin Booker.
I'm going to counter you with this.
Anthony Edwards.
I'm going to counter you with this. That's because they had a goofy coach. We already came to that.
Who finished though?
But listen. I got a question.
Ain't a goofy coach. Eric Spoelstra ain't a goofy coach.
Yeah, but they wasn't the head coach, so we're not going to put it on their shoulders because they're a lot smarter than the head coach.
Who finished?
Now let me ask you this question. Let me just ask you this. Devin Booker and Anthony Edwards went head to head in the NBA playoffs. Who won that series?
Ant won.
It's okay. I know you know. I wanted him to say it.
What that mean?
See, but
that should tell you everything you need to know.
So is that an indictment on him or that indictment on Kevin Durant?
Who held him?
Because who was the first?
Who held him? They both shooting guards.
But they still.
He ran from it? You telling me he ran from it?
They lost to a team that haven't played together all year together.
He ran from it?
Did that team play together?
Is it you got to the playoffs, so you were good enough?
No, you can't just put players together and not have them play together.
Is it my fault or your fault that Bradley Beal was hurt all the time?
Listen, that was gonna happen anyway. Y'all let us know in the comments who y'all got. Who would you cut out of those 4 players? Let me know. Because honestly, I'm a little
runner-up for MVP is crazy.
My thing is,
that part's crazy.
You can't definitively say that Booker is better than Anthony.
Yes, I can. I'm telling you. Anthony Edwards is better than Devin Booker.
You can't say that.
They went up head to head, and one came out on top, and the other one didn't.
Look, y'all let us know in the comments. All right, so what do y'all think about this? The NBA season's coming back up. Last year we had some blunders. We saw Jordan Poole end up in a Wizards uniform. He didn't hoop the way he was supposed to. Ended up getting benched at the end of the season. Clay. He didn't end his career with the Warriors. Now he's in Dallas.
Yeah.
We got Dame forced his way out of the Blazers out of Portland. Mm-hmm. Went over to the Bucks. Complained a little bit. Had to figure that out. Mm-hmm. And then we had Zach LaVine coming back with the Bulls. Out of those 4 guys, who needs to produce the most this season?
Klay Thompson.
Okay, go ahead.
You said Klay?
Klay Thompson.
Why you feel that way?
So first ballot Hall of Famer. He been disrespected.
Okay.
They didn't want to pay this man. You dude gonna go on your 4 championships. Mm-hmm. Yeah, y'all he got. And this how you treat him. Mm-hmm. He need this. He need this.
Okay. What's up, bro? What you think?
Zach LaVine. Zach LaVine is more of a thorn in the side of the Chicago Bulls. Maybe because the Lonzo, DeMar, Vucevic, and himself didn't pan out. Getting a season-ending injury when your team is fighting for playoff positioning, it shows that you're selfish. And I think that he needs to get back to that 25 to 27 point per game guy, just to get that bad taste out of people's mouth in the city of Chicago about him. So I feel like he needs his redemption the most because of his injuries and Lonzo's injuries. They lost DeMar DeRozan as well as what's my A&M guy, Caruso. So
they still got Derrick White.
It's not enough, but but because of those two key misses, I want to put a lot of that onto Zach LaVine's shoulders, just because he's the best player on the team. He's the lead on that team. He should have been able to do more than just score and float in the air and get season-ending injuries and complain about being traded and things of that nature. You got to be better than that in the face of adversity, not just want to quit and things of that nature. Especially since you was on a talented team in the Timberwolves, where 3 of the 5 starters on that team was averaging 20 points per game, and you, for whatever reason, were the short man out or the first man out in that situation. So Zach LaVine needs this more than any other player on that list, in my opinion.
Okay. No, I hear what you're saying. I could definitely see where you're coming from with that, as well as where you're coming from with Clay. You know, just having a redemption and giving them like a look at me now type vibe, whatever. I'm gonna go with Dame. Dame is a top 75 player all time based on whatever their final standings was and however that curled out. They have Dame as a top 75 player all time. He decided he didn't want to be in Portland anymore, so he forced his way out and went to a team that has won a championship within the last 5 years. That being the case, Dame with Milwaukee, I don't care how good New York is or how good Philly is or how good Boston is. Dame has to hoop. Like this year, specifically this year. Last year you can use they're filling each other out, they're trying to figure it out, They get the coaching
shirt too.
Like that's last year. Okay. This year, that excuse can't fly. He has to hoop. There can't be, because he's not getting any younger.
I think the more pressure.
That's my thing. Dame's not getting any younger.
I think more pressure on Doc. Really?
No, for sure. There's pressure on Doc, but there's also pressure on Dame. You're playing with Giannis now. You're playing with Chris Middleton, who's now 2 years removed from that injury.
Yeah, they're gonna be better.
You have a nice core around you, and figure it out. If nothing else, especially because
Allen was the worst thing that ever happened to the Milwaukee Bucks team.
But especially, and Drew Holiday. But you're a top.
Drew Holiday.
You're a top 75 player. So if you're a top 75 player and you're a Giannis, who's one of the best players of all time dead or alive, like the excuses run out. So he has to do it. Like they can't get knocked out in the second round. That's not excusable.
So championship or bust?
I won't put championship.
I would have put championship or bust
because he don't even know nothing about championships. He don't know nothing about.
But I mean, nobody knows anything about championships until you win one.
Yeah, but I'm not gonna put that on him.
So
because he's been in the league for almost over a decade, and never saw a finals.
Okay, so what are we putting on him? Because they can't be second round.
I will put.
Because you couldn't say the Portland for that.
No, he couldn't say Portland for second round. They barely make it into the play-in. I would say, Eastern Conference Finals. If they win less than 50 games, Eastern Conference Finals. If they win more than 50 games, ship. That's how
what you say.
Man, I think they're the odd team out, man.
I'm with you on that.
They're gonna either run into in the second round. They're gonna either run into New York or they're gonna run into a Boston.
If they luck out with Indiana in the second round, they'll go to the finals.
I don't think in the second round they either gonna run into.
That would be the team that I can say. If they run into Indiana in the second round, they going to the finals.
First round they might get through. But the second round, they either going to run into Indiana.
They'll for sure get to the first round.
Boston.
But the second round could be, depending on where they are, that could be Orlando. That could be Indiana. That could be...
If they run into Orlando in the second round, they're definitely going to the finals.
Yeah, I got them beat on them. As long as they can avoid to the final, Eastern Conference Final, if they can avoid the Celtics,
the Knicks and the Celtics. I don't believe in the 76ers.
Yeah.
At all.
For some reason, man, I don't really got them getting past.
Because Paul George and Joel Embiid are the same player.
Yeah. They're the most talented.
I don't see Joel Embiid being healthy.
Super talented.
Sorriest players.
There's always something.
In the last 10 years, I don't know a team that talented. I don't know players that talented.
I think it's a 2-team race.
That has not accomplished anything in the NBA.
If I really think about it, it's a 2-team race.
You think that's the Knicks and
I'm always gonna give
Celtics and Knicks.
If Giannis could turn up again like he did the year that he won, I think he has a.
I think Cleveland.
You thought the wall in Miami was crazy? Yeah. That wall in New York, they gonna call that shit Statue of Liberty. They gonna call that.
I think Cleveland is one piece away though.
I agree. I definitely agree.
I don't know who it is that they need, but they one piece away.
Whatever.
They just need a small forward.
It's a wing, yeah.
Yeah, that's what they need.
Yeah, honestly.
Hey, y'all come holler at us. Let us get Darius Garland off y'all.
Who y'all sending?
I mean, we'll give y'all Tyrese.
So nobody else.
So
anyways,
what? You say he's a nobody?
I mean, not nobody, but I mean, we need a wing that we can depend on. 82 games plus playoffs. All right, so
y'all ain't gonna get that from us.
All right, so tell me what y'all think about this. I don't know if y'all saw it, but DeMar DeRozan, he said because Brown left the East, the ring that Toronto won against the Warriors, he feels like if he was there instead of Kawhi, they could have won that ring. Mook, what you think, bro?
When I first seen it, I was like, DeMar trick. But then when I thought about it, man, we never really, like, either they met him in the first round or the second round. Like, I'm going to be honest with you. Toronto was dominating everybody but LeBron in them playoffs. That team had chemistry. He's not too far away. Do I think they would have beat Golden State without Kawhi? No. Finals? Maybe. Championship? No.
E, what you think, bro?
Let me ask you something. Do you think...
Cause this team was winning 60 games plus.
Do you think DeMar DeRozan is going to take on the assignment of guarding Giannis?
Absolutely not.
Do you think DeMar DeRozan is taking on the assignment of guarding Joel Embiid?
In no world.
These are things that Kawhi Leonard did.
Or Ben Simmons when Ben Simmons was
Ben Simmons. These are things that that he did during this,
and
that he's not capable of doing.
I'm just saying.
I can't agree with him.
I'm just saying.
So you say he's tripping? He's
tripping, but it was an easier path for him to possibly win. There's a higher chance of him winning. I'm with you in that regard, but the actual winning, I can't give that to DeMar because when nobody could do the guard these special guys, he did. Kawhi did.
Yeah. So even further than that, like just how I feel, I think Bron is. To me, he's the second greatest player of all time.
Jesus.
So, but even with that, I feel like Kawhi is closer to Bron than DeMar DeRozan is.
Even right now?
I'm just talking about at the time.
I'm talking about fit.
I'm
not talking about he better than Kawhi. I'm talking about.
But that's what it would take.
I'm only talking about like.
But yeah,
from like getting stops.
That's
he
what
got stops against
Giannis. For him to be.
He got stops against.
He hit the game winner in that corner against Philly.
But at the same time, those were two different teams. I mean, that team had Danny Green on it. Danny Green wasn't on none of those teams with DeMar DeRozan.
That was probably the biggest difference between that team because for the most part, the guys were pretty much, the core was a core. The biggest thing was you had the addition of Kawhi, you had the addition of Danny Green.
Well, Danny Green did come, you're right.
Right, he came with Kawhi.
Even with no Danny Green, that team was still one of the most deepest teams in the league. If I'm just going to put my thinking cap on, there's not a lot of teams that can put out 10 players on the floor during the playoffs.
For sure.
In NBA history, there's not a lot of teams that
usually
can do
you stop your bench at 6, 7.
Maybe even 8.
8 if you just got there.
The Toronto Raptors, that 2018, 2019, Toronto Raptors, 2015, 2016,
Warriors.
Golden State Warriors team. And that's it. I can't think of no other team that can put out 10 players.
I'm just saying, I'm looking at it like you had Fred VanVleet who stepped up.
He wasn't stepping up that year.
I'm saying, but like these players,
He played well in the finals.
These players weren't
I've
here.
already seen them.
But these.
I mean, he wasn't like.
These players was either too young or they was just like they didn't fill that role when DeMar DeRozan was there. So.
But you get more confidence depending on who you're playing with. Like, have you ever been like hooped with somebody who's like just really that nice?
Yeah.
Now all of a sudden, like somebody who doesn't usually hit that shot, they hitting that shot because they're like, I'm playing with this guy. That's part of what Kawhi brought with him to that team.
But I'm just saying,
you seeing a guy who could get the bucket and lock up the best.
I'm
player
just saying
on
from
the
the
team.
perspective, man, like. Those guys were winning 60+ games.
But
number one seed after that.
But
I'm saying
that's not
the number one seeds with DeMar there too.
They were, because that's not. But also we saw Atlanta do that. Like one of the biggest misconceptions, I believe.
But they ran into Braun. So
yeah.
Well,
but
in this situation, there's no Braun.
But I feel like one of the biggest misconceptions is if you win a lot of games during the regular season, that makes you the best team. Which I don't necessarily feel is true. Like that Atlanta team that sent 4 players to the All-Star game and everything like that. When I tell you that nobody in Cleveland and nobody in the East was really worried about that Atlanta team. They played really well as a team during the regular season.
Yeah.
They moved the ball. They had guys who could hit shots. But I knew and they beat us in the regular season.
Never looked at them.
I looked at them. I was like, we see them in the playoffs. We're smacking them. I have zero concern.
But that's the Braun effect.
But no. But if we played Houston in the finals, I would have a cause to pause. If we played the Warriors, which we did, I would be like, okay, this is a different thing.
Braun wasn't on
and
that
they won less games.
If Braun wasn't on that Cleveland Cavaliers team, you can just say, let's say Kyrie's just on this team. Mm-hmm. If there's no Braun on that team,
get to the playoffs.
They're going to get washed by that team. The only thing that Atlanta team was missing back then was a de facto superstar. And if somebody would have went to that team, if they would have been able to get somebody the following year to go to that team, whether they sign a stupid contract.
Joe Johnson wasn't a de facto superstar?
No, he wasn't even on that team.
And he wasn't on that team. No, he was in Brooklyn already.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
The fact that they didn't go out there and go get a bona fide superstar was the goofiest thing that front office could have ever done.
Because 60 wins can mislead you. You're like, oh, we don't need it. We're gonna put forth a little more effort.
That same
because
coach went and had a superstar and won.
Those 60 wins can definitely mislead you. We've seen different scenarios where we've seen it with the Suns, where the Suns put together a whole bunch of wins and lost as well. Depending on like running into whether it was Kobe and Powell or whether it was Tim Duncan and Tony Parker.
That was never the issue. Kobe was never the. You talking about Steve Nash sons?
Yeah.
Kobe was never their issue. Their issue was issue was Dirk and Tim Duncan. That was their issue.
Okay, so even
no, but I'm just saying.
I mean, so regardless, we've seen teams have the number one seed win a lot, but then when it matters because of the way that matchups actually go in the playoffs,
right.
Because you get to play the Wizards multiple times in the East because they're there with you. You get to play sorry teams multiple times, which is gonna just all the more enhance your winning percentage. And
I don't want to say that because every team is that.
No, for sure, but sometimes you're like for teams, certain teams like Boston at one point.
You put Kawhi Leonard on that Atlanta Falcons team. Atlanta Falcons, look at me.
That's crazy.
Atlanta
Hawks, all birds.
You put I know, right? You put
Kawhi
Leonard on that Atlanta Hawks
completely
team.
different team.
That team
completely different team.
I'm saying you add a superstar.
Yeah, no, I don't disagree.
Yeah, you add a super. DeMar DeRozan could have been on that team. That would have put him over the top too. It's just like
I don't know about that.
Yeah, that puts him over the top, bro. At that time, DeMar DeRozan was doing like 27, 28 a game.
I mean, DeMar's
yeah,
nice.
You put DeMar DeRozan on that team.
Nice, but
yeah, it takes him over the top. You put James Harden on that team. They're a dynasty.
James Harden's different though.
I said a dynasty. I said one will win and the other is a dynasty. So clearly, I understand the difference.
Yeah.
Put it in the chat.
Yeah. But no. So I think DeMar's tripping. Like, I think DeMar's a good player. He's gonna go down as a good player. I think he's gonna hoop with Sacramento. Sacramento's gonna be very fun to watch and very interesting to watch.
I don't see it.
Really? With De'Aaron Fox? It's a bonus.
That's gonna be a good team, bro.
That's a 1, 3, and 5.
I don't see him being a threat.
With Malik Monk coming off the bench.
I don't see it being a threat.
And then Kyle Huerter coming back.
I don't see him as a threat.
Really? Y'all let us know in the chat what you think. We appreciate y'all pulling up. Please like, share, comment, subscribe. Another episode of Nothing Nice Hoops. Holla at you.